I like it, I like it. Okay, let's work on the FRQ, right? So, again, this FRQ, you're gonna be allowed to use a calculator, right? This FRQ that you're gonna see involves FRQ2 and part of FRQ1. So I wanted to start off with working on FRQ2. So, if I see what's going on, if I look at part A, which is down here, right? It says use the given data to write 3 equations. So, again, 3 equations, right? Damn it, this marker is a no-go. 3 equations, right? So, that can be used to find the values of constants A, B, and C. The equations are going to be based on this, right? So, solely looking at that, it's in standard form. And looking at it again, if I pay more attention to detail, you're going to see the degree of 2, right? It's my highest degree, meaning that I'm going to have a quadratic function. So, literally right here. So, let's try to create these three equations based on that initial one given these 3 points. So this is x and this is y. So my 3 points, again, using them, I'm going to use the equation L of t equals at squared plus bt plus c, right? So now all I have to do is that this function name is just basically going to switch to y. This t here and this t here are now going to be x and x, right? So now this is going to help me to guide me to plug in those equations, right? So let's start off with part A1. Create the 3 equations. So now my first point is going to be 0, 4. So now y is 4. So I'm going to have 4 equals a times 0 to the power 2 plus b times 0 plus c, right? Now, going from that, my next point is 5, 21. 5, 21, I'm going to have 21 because that's my y. Second number is the y. 21 equals a times 5 to the power 2 plus b times 5 plus c. And finally, the final point is 8, 14. So now 14 equals a times 4 to the power 2 plus b times 8 plus c. So how many equations do I have? I have 1, 2, 3. That is literally all you have to do, right? You get a point, I'm gonna put here +1. You get a +1 if you give me all 3 equations. What happens if you give me 2 and they're correct? Well, you don't get nothing. You don't get no credit because I need 1, 2, 3 equations. So now, going from this, I'm gonna use all of this and I'm gonna apply it into decimals, right? Because now I need to find the values of A, B, and C. We can do it by hand, but it's gonna take time, and we're trying to save time. So we're trying to use the calculator, in this case decimals, to our advantage, right? So we're trying to optimize. So now, if I go to decimals, right? If I go to decimals really quickly, right here. So my equation again, it's y, or sorry, not equation, right? I need a table. So I'm gonna go here, add table, and I'm gonna go based on my 3 points. I know it looks like this is covering this, but just to help me out here, right? This is, again, hopefully you guys can see it. This is A1, right? So I'm just gonna get rid of this real quick. I'm gonna get rid of these 3, right? Because I just need the points. So I'm gonna have 0, 4, then I'm gonna have 21 right here, 14 over here, and then I'm gonna have 5 here, and I'm gonna have 8 here, and then all I need to do now is look for regression. So if you press these 3 little dots, it tells you add regression. So we're gonna add regression, and we just said based on what we circled over there, what we underlined, we're not looking for exponential nor log, right? Quadratic, cubic, we're looking for quadratic, and there it is, right? So now, let me erase this real quick. Give me a minute. So now, if I may, A has a value of negative 0.716. And again, A is the one with the x squared. Negative 0.716, blah, 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 x squared. B has a value of 6.983. And C has a value of, I believe it's 4. and you get another point. So now you have 2 points in this FRQ. Anyways, hopefully you have mastered decimals. Hopefully you know how to apply this, right? With that said, let me get out of here, right? Hopefully you guys get this, right? So I'm gonna get out of here, go back over here, and I'm gonna go into FRQ1. So that was it for FRQ2. On this one, what we need to focus on is a lot of gibberish, but we need to focus on not the table, right? This is a whole different example. I don't care about the table. I only care about this function right here. Because now I'm gonna focus on B, right? So B focuses on finding all the values of x. We're solving for x. Decimal approximations, only 3 numbers after the decimal. Or where g of x is equal to 5. So g of x, is there another g of x? It's literally right here. See that? So just be careful, they're gonna give you 2 functions. One of them could be an equation, right? Like you see there, and the other one is the table. So now, what do? Well, again, calculator. Go to decimals. And we need to find all the values. So, going back over here, if I get rid of this now, because I don't need that no more, right? I believe one of them is y equals to 5, which g of x equals to 5. And the other one, let me write it here, so I won't lose it. Alright, g of x equals to 5, which is y equals to 5, and then you're going to have y equals 0.35 x cubic minus 3.5 x squared plus 11. So, nothing too complicated. Just go into decimals. So now, back over here, right? Y equals to 5, there it is. So that's one equation, but I need 2. So now I'm gonna have y equals 0.35 x to the power of 3 minus 3.5 x to the power of 2 plus 11. And if you look over here, right, this is exactly where these points touch, right? 1, 2, and 3. And again, only 3 numbers after the decimal. So it's going to be negative 1.325. It's also going to be 1.412, 9.822. Do I round? No. Do I put all of it? No. Only 3 numbers if you're doing decimal approximation. So those are my 3 answers. Sir, what happens if I only put 2? Well, you're not going to get credit. You need to have 1, 2, and 3. So be clear. So going back over here. The last part. We went over this today, actually, right? We were determining end behavior. So what happens in end behavior? So it says here, determine end behavior. Determine end behavior as g increases without bond, or right here, B2, right? Determine end behavior as g increases. So end behavior involves limits. So I'm gonna put lim x approaches, it's increasing, so we're gonna go to positive infinity. So what about my y? Do I leave it like that? No, because here you're working with what function? G. So I'm gonna have g of x, right? Good transition, good transition. So g of x, right? If I go back over here into decimals, I don't need this equation no more. The y equals to 5. I don't need it no more. My focus is right here, just solely on this one. You're gonna notice if I try to zoom out, this graph starts from the bottom, makes its way upward. So as x, let me zoom in a bit. Sorry, there we go. As x is approaching positive infinity, my graph is pointing up. So I'm gonna go to positive infinity for the y. So here, all you need to put is that my y is going up, so it's gonna go to positive infinity. and that is it, right? There's another section for this FRQ, but we're just gonna leave it there, right? So that's all I got. Good luck.
Yeah.